All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Loggin TV, and let's get started, guys. This is an overview of a prototype that's coming my way from the Apex Pass-Around group. So this is the N.Riggi Knives jersey, and it's made by Nick Riggi of Knife Shop by Nick. He has designed his own knife, and it is being made by Shieldin. This is the prototype. It's exactly what it is. There's a couple of these going around in the Apex group, and I happen to be one of the first ones to get a hold of this bead blasted version. So you have a bead blasted titanium with contoured scales. Very, very cool. You got his logo on the pivot. You guys know I'm a big fan of use of the pivot. Very cool. And you have a titanium backspacer and a metal clip. But we'll talk about some of the changes, and that's one of them. You do have lock bar cut out here, lock bar. You do have a steel lock bar insert, and I don't know why I closed it, but there's the blade bead blasted. This is 14C. It's going to be either M390 or 20CV in the final version. You have fairly thin stock because of the swedging up here. It's even thinner looking. You do have really nice jimping up here. We'll talk a little bit about that. And a nice drop point blade. Very, very good. You have sharpening choil here and a flipper tab. Now that flipper tab does have some jimping. To be very honest with you, it is way too shallow to be useful. It's rounded. It is not useful. However, I don't know that you need it. This is a good shaped flipper tab, and it grabs a hold of your finger pretty well. And you can see the detent is pretty good. I mean, very, very nicely done. And you know I love these contoured scales. You got nice chamfered off edges all the way around, rounded off scales, very, very nicely done. And it's a thin knife. So I really dig that. Now, let's talk about the, well, I don't really have specs, so we're gonna do some old school measuring here, and go from there. So this is a 7-inch knife, with about a 3-inch handle and a 2 3/4. Yep, 2 3/4 cutting edge. And the handle is right at 4 inches. So really typical of a knife that size, you know, as far as a 7-inch knife is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to turn this scale on and see what we got here. Now, let's see. There is not any weight reduction to speak of right now inside. It's just, but it's a very, very thin knife. We'll see what that is in just a minute. We're at 3.70, which, you know, we're over that ounce an inch thing as far as the blade, but, you know, it doesn't feel heavy. Now, the overall thickness, if you go to the middle here, is 0.48. Not bad at all. And that blade stock is up top here. Wow, is that, well, hold on. Let me get below the swedge. Well, let me go right here. So right here, it's 0.11, and with that swedging, it's 0.10. And I'm not going to try to get behind the edge, guys. This thing is not very accurate, and we're just not going to do that. So as far as size comparisons, you have the Ontario Rat 1, which is quite a bit bigger. And I'm betting the Rat 2 is going to be about the same size. So it's about the size of an Ontario Rat, trip over my tongue, 2. So there you go. That is the kind of the specs of the knife and some of the details. Now, this prototype, well, let's go over a couple more things here about Shieldin. First of all, I'm a little surprised. First, we had the Growler from Devo Knives, and now we have this. Shieldin is doing some stuff that is way better than I expected from them based on what I've seen as their own offerings. This thing is spot on. I mean, it drops with a shake. The detent is good. It feels good in the hand. Now, it is a little shorter knife for me, obviously. just a 4-finger knife. There is nowhere to choke up. I am right on top because you don't choke up. I am on this thumb ramp with the jimping, and it feels pretty good. Cuts pretty good. I wish it was just slightly longer, but that's just obviously, some KC stuff there. So we do have about, I call that about a 15 to 20 on the lockup. No blade play, no lock rock whatsoever. And we are dead centered. Yeah, we are. Very, very nicely done. So, sorry. So, they will have number 8 T8 screws all the way around. And instead of a metal clip, it's going to have a titanium milled clip. Deeper recess for the body screws. So right now, these screws kind of stick up where it's rounded, and they're going to try to recess those a little bit deeper, which is kind of cool, instead of having them stick up. Again, it'll be a titanium milled clip, so there's really no reason for me to spend a whole lot of time on the clip right now. It's going to be either M390 or 20 CV. It does have a steel lock bar insert. Okay, and then, down the road, he's thinking of maybe doing some budget versions of this or that kind of thing, or maybe an XL version. Very, very cool. Now, he's trying to get this around $200 with a zipper pouch and some swag, and if he does that, I think that's going to be a very nice price for, let's just say, titanium and either M390 or 20 CV. We'll see where he actually ends up. Now, I don't have any idea when this is going to be coming to the market, so this is more like an overview, guys. Maybe Nick will comment down below and kind of give us an idea of when he thinks these will be hitting the market. But man, I mean, it's a sleek knife. It carries, by the way, very nicely. You've got pretty close to the top, but again, it's going to be a tie milled clip, so you might have a little more sticking out. Not sure if it's going to be lefty friendly or not, but you can ask him down below. And again, action is pretty sweet, guys. I'm pretty impressed. Again, for me, wish it was just a little bit longer, but it's really nice for what it is, which is a gentleman's carry, and he's trying very hard to place it in a price range that's going to be kind of make it stand out for what it is. So with premium steel, and it's going to stand out a little bit in that class, at that price. So there you go. That is the N.Riggi Knives jersey. Again, thanks to Nick, thanks to the Apex group, and thanks to you guys for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a comment of what you think of this. The really beautiful knife. Well done by Shieldon. Really digging it. And guys, let me know what you think. Again, give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel.